Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna be making some enchiladas. So let's get to the ingredients. Let's get going. So we got 12 California Chiles, 1 garlic clove and 1 clove, 1 onion, tortillas, ground beef, and some cheese. Now in this pan, I'm just adding some oil. I'm gonna heat this oil till it's nice and hot, and then I'm gonna start adding my tortillas. Now this is a quick process, so about 5 to 10 seconds per side on these tortillas, or maybe much quicker. You just have to make sure you don't crisp them up or you don't burn them, because you can burn them pretty quick, so you have to be pretty fast. So I'm just basically just dunking them in the oil until they're nice and pliable, and then taking them out. Another step is you can cook them in the microwave or on a skillet if you prefer not to cook them in oil. So I added my California Chiles to a pot. I'm gonna cover them with water, then place them in the stove top and bring them to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, I'm gonna reduce the heat to low and cook for an additional 10 to 15 minutes until they're nice and pliable. Once my chiles are nice and pliable, I'm gonna add them to the blender along with some of that liquid that I used to cook them in, along with the garlic clove and the clove. And I'm actually adding extra water just because I want enough sauce for the enchiladas, and then just blend them until it's a smooth consistency. So in total, I used about 4 cups of water. You can also substitute the water for chicken stock if you have some chicken stock handy. The next step is to strain your sauce. You want to make sure that you have a smooth consistency and that you don't have any of those seeds. So that's why we strain it. Bring your sauce to a boil, and then we're going to add 4 tablespoons of corn starch, and then begin to whisk to incorporate that corn starch into your sauce. And make sure while you're whisking that the sauce doesn't become clumpy. That's the purpose of whisking. You can also substitute the cornstarch for flour. That's how my mother makes them. I just choose the cornstarch because it's a lot quicker, especially on the weekdays when we're trying to make this on a work day. The cornstarch just speeds up the process. Of course, the flour would give it a different type of taste profile, but the cornstarch works just as well. You're just using it as a thickening binder to thicken that sauce up. Also, don't forget to season your sauce with some salt. Once it has thickened up, you can go ahead and remove it from the heat and set it aside. Let it cool off before you assemble your enchiladas. The next step is we're gonna brown our ground beef. To this ground beef, I'm just seasoning it with some of the taco packet seasonings that you find at your grocery store. Another great alternative if you don't want to use ground beef is chicken, shredded chicken. You can buy a rotisserie chicken from the store, or you can take chicken breasts and boil them and then shred them up. My family and I just prefer the ground beef because it's a lot quicker. But you can also just make them with just cheese. We've done that plenty of nights where it's just enchiladas with cheese. They're just as delicious as if you would have them with some type of protein. So now let's begin assembling our enchiladas. You're gonna take your tortilla, dip it in the enchilada sauce, and then fill them with some of that ground beef that we cooked earlier and roll them up. It's that easy. Really simple and easy to make, honestly. The next step is to top off your enchiladas with some cheese and some onions. I just used some Mexican style blend of cheese that I picked up from Costco, and then I'm also adding some sauce so that they don't dry out while I'm baking them off in the oven. The next step is just bake them in the oven until the cheese has melted. Well, here's the finished product. Now let's give these a test try. Oh man, they're good. I made these other ones on the side, which is some Parmesan cheese and onions. That's delicious. Hope you guys like this video. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.